So the Christmas break may be underway for the Ontario Hockey League, but that doesn't mean we have some news items to touch on to start off your week. Starting off with Matthew Poitras news, the Boston Bruins have announced they are loaning him to Team Canada to play at the World Junior Hockey Championships in Sweden, which is great news for Team Canada. They had that one vacant position, and it's going to go to the Guelph Storm forward. Poitras, he's appeared in 27 games so far with the Boston Bruins. And with the team, 5 goals, 8 assists, good for 13 points. Poitras, he's been quite the surprise and good news story from the National Hockey League as he's been having a great rookie season with a Bruins team that's been exceeding expectations as well. I know in the standings they've kind of slowed down a bit with their play, but still great news for Matthew Poitras as he'll be able to join Team Canada. But the big question now is, once the World Juniors are over, does he go back to Boston? Or will the Bruins send him back to junior hockey to join the Guelph Storm? Because if Poitras goes to Guelph, that's going to be a big boost because the Storm right now, they are a competitive team in the thick of it right now in the middle of the pack, sitting 5th in the Western Conference standings, 1 point back of Saginaw and London, and 10 points back of the Kitchener Rangers. It's kind of a situation that we saw last year with Grant Clark with the Barrie Colts when the LA Kings decided to send him back to junior after playing for Team Canada at the World Juniors. So stay tuned on that front for Matthew Poitras. If he comes back to the Guelph Storm, that's going to be a huge boost. They're still waiting for Cam Allen to come back from injury. So if you can get Allen and Poitras, expect the Guelph Storm's team to be buyers at the OHL trade deadline in just over 3 weeks. But the big news is Poitras joining Team Canada, which is pretty exciting stuff. Now, there was a trade yesterday in the OHL between the Flint Firebirds and the Mississauga Steelheads. Flint, they have traded Reed G and Guelph's 12th round pick to Mississauga for 3 draft choices, an 8th, 11th, and a 3rd round pick in 2027. So it's a bit of a minor trade, but still, G, he made his debut with Mississauga yesterday when they were taking on the Ottawa 67s. No points to report in his debut, but he did register 2 penalty minutes. So it kind of fits in with Mississauga. They're the most penalized team in the Ontario Hockey League. I know G, he isn't known to be a player that's going to push the line with penalty minutes, but still, it's just kind of funny making your debut with the new team and already adding to that point total when it comes to penalty minutes. But, you know, one thing to to keep an eye out for, he's played 16 games so far for Flint. He's a 2006 born player, and he's registered 5 assists so far this year. He has his 1 career OHL goal that happened last year. But he's not really an offensive player on the back end. He's more of a stay-at-home defenseman. So he'll be depth for Mississauga in their run towards the playoffs. But keep note, Jacob Fibiger, he did get injured in the game against the Oshawa Generals. That was the 2nd game. So Fibiger being out of the lineup is huge for Mississauga. He's been playing really well, getting a lot of minutes with the Steelheads. So if Fibiger is out long-term or if he misses just a couple of weeks, expect G to really have an added role to this lineup for Mississauga. So we'll see what transpires there. And also to note, there was a couple of milestones reached over the weekend, starting with Jorian Donovan. He set a Brantford Bulldogs franchise record for most goals by a defenseman. And this is only including both Hamilton and Brantford. He scored his 23rd career goal from the blue line, putting him first, passing Ben Gleason, who had 22 goals for the Bulldogs organization. And when I saw this, I was kind of wondering, okay, how would Donovan compare to the Belleville Bulls? Because obviously Belleville moved to Hamilton when Michael Andlauer purchased the team and moved them into the First Ontario Center. So I was looking at the stats. For Jorian Donovan, he is 11th all-time for Bulls and Bulldogs when it comes to defensemen with goals. Number 1, Jordan Subban. There's a name we haven't heard in a while. Subban, he had 57 goals on the blue line between 2011 and 2015. I just thought it'd be interesting to dig into that just to see how it compares, because I really do miss the Belleville Bulls. The Bulls, they had probably the best uniforms in the Ontario Hockey League with the black jerseys with the bull on the front and also the gold jerseys with the red bull. It was classic. It would be nice to see them back at some point, but with the Belleville Senators in the American Hockey League, I don't think we'll be seeing any OHL hockey back in Belleville anytime soon. But junior hockey fans, they can dream, can't they? But still, congratulations to Jorian Donovan. And lastly, another milestone, Chris Lazary is now the winningest coach in franchise history for the Saginaw Spirit. The Spirit, they earned a 4-3 win at home against the Sudbury Wolves on Saturday, which gave Lazary his 155th career victory. And that means he passes Todd Watson, who is the head coach of the Saginaw Spirit from 2007 to 2012. So Lazary, he's had a good run with Saginaw so far. Of course, he's going to be with the team as they go to the Memorial Cup this year as hosts. But he has helped lead Saginaw to their first Western Conference Championship Series. That was back in 2019. And the Saginaw Spirit also winning division titles under Lazary in 2019 and 2020. So congratulations to Lazary and also Dwayne Donovan. So it's always exciting to see milestones in the Ontario Hockey League. And those are some of the news items to start this week, as we're now officially in the Christmas break for the Ontario Hockey League. So let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on any of the news items. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And we'll talk to you again soon.